Welcome in, everybody, to downtown Tulsa, the best backdrop in the whole of the USL. It is the Tulsa Roughnecks against Sacramento Republic FC. They are in town tonight against the Tulsa Roughnecks. The Roughnecks then in 3-14-11, Sacramento Republic 14-7-7. Good evening, everybody. My name is Dave Saunders. Alongside me, the former Roughnecks player, Brady Blue. And Brady, when Sacramento come in town, arguably the biggest club in the whole of the USL.
Yeah, for me and all the clubs that I've seen over my short tenure in the USL, this is a club that really, from the ground up, has done everything the right way. Fans come out in large numbers, about 11,500 per game, and they're loud, they're enthusiastic. Just a great club.
We're going to have a look at a couple of players now, Brady. It's an interesting matchup for me. Two strikers here. On the left of your screen there, of course, you've got the young man who's only 17, Jesus Ferreira for the Roughnecks. And on the right, Cameron Iwasa, who's a fantastic striker with 13 goals. First of all, let's look at Jesus Ferreira. The first hat-trick as a Roughneck player in the whole of their franchise.
Yeah, Ferreira, certainly an exciting prospect to have here in Tulsa from FC Dallas. What I love about this guy the most is his willingness to chase down loose ends. This is a guy that will put pressure on the goalkeeper. He's a leader from the front. And at just 17 years old, to have a leader in your team, a guy that's going to score goals, a guy that's going to provide a spark. And, you know, he's still, while he is with an MLS club, he's still working to prove himself. So this is a guy that's really exciting for Cameron Iwasa, Sacramento Republic. You can't say enough good things about this guy. 13 goals, 4 assists, as you alluded to earlier. Spent time in the MLS with Sporting Kansas City last year, and now the all-time USL goal scorer, leading goal scorer for Sacramento. I think Cam Iwasa plays so well between the center back and the outside backs, finding that no man's land between those defenders where he wiggles his way through, and the way he scores those goals, from diving headers to 30-yard strikes like we saw a few years ago against Orange County, and then even scrappy goals. This guy's a total package, and once again, another great leader for Sacramento.
There are the two teams then on their way out. The Roughnecks being led by a man who got into the USL Team of the Week, and that is Munoz, who had a great game on Saturday. And, of course, the Sacramento Republic team virtually unchanged. In fact, there's one change from each side. And it's an interesting one, Brady, really quickly, that the Roughnecks make a change of goal. Chase Gentry comes in for just his 5th start of the season. Big night for the young man.
Yeah, Chase Gentry is an exciting prospect here in Tulsa. This is a guy that has continued to work and been overshadowed by the great Serta, and so him getting a chance tonight's a big deal for the young guy, and I'm looking forward to watching him play.
Okay, we've got plenty more to come in the build-up to this one. We'll take a short break, and then we'll be back with the lineups right after this.
What defines you? Your pain, your illness, your injury. At Hillcrest, we see it a little differently. Your hope defines you. Your strength, your willingness to fight no matter what the odds. Because we believe every life is worth fighting for.
Family pass downs are pretty dang good. It's a good feeling when they start getting responsible for things, and the vehicle's a big part of that.
I want to keep, stacking up the memories and the miles and the years and all the stories you can tell with Athena.
When it's time for your old Chevy truck to become their new Chevy truck, there's Truck Month. Get 18% of MSRP cash back on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT pickups when you finance with GM Financial. That's $9,000 on this Silverado. Plus, during Truck Month, make no monthly payments for 90 days.
PSO Power Hours customers talk about their new thermostat.
The fact that you get a free thermostat, it's quite a perk.
Makes your house a smart home because of the Wi-Fi thermostat. can get the app on my phone and I can adjust the thermostat as I need it.
Just pull out the phone, you can turn it to what you want it to, and whenever you walk in, the house is nice and cozy.
Right,
and,
exactly.
I mean, I love that feature.
See your program options and sign up today at psoklahoma.com/power hours.
Stuff. When you don't want it, what do you do with it? Go to tulsarefuse.org. There, you'll learn what to do with stuff you don't know what to do with. Just give us a click. tulsarefuse.org. It's what you do when you don't know what to do with.
Welcome back into downtown Tulsa for this matchup then between the bottom place team, the Tulsa Roughnecks, with 3 wins all season, and they are all under the leadership of the coach. There he is in the white there, Mike Ensian. 3 wins, including last Saturday when they overcame high-flying San Antonio FC by 2-1, up against Mr. Elliott and his men from Sacramento, a very experienced side. Both teams making just 1 change from their last game. We'll have a look at the Sacramento Republic lineup, and they just make 1 change, as I said, and it is up front, and it is that man, number 9, Christian Isley, who comes in. Adam Moffat, the Scotsman, was injured, and so they will be lining up 4-4-2, and Cameron Iwasa there wearing 31, Brady Ballou, the man that we've alluded to, the man that gets the majority of their goals.
Yeah, Iwasa is certainly one to look out for. Hayden Partain, his little brother, is playing here at the University of Tulsa. Harris, and what a great-looking team we have here tonight. Sacramento never puts out a bad lineup. Well, here we have Tulsa Roughnecks starting 11, Chase Gentry in goal, as we highlighted earlier. Josh Morton, Vukovic, and Munoz and Guy in the back that we've kind of seen that for all season long. Merkovich going to be on the inside. Etsy Tavares will play on that winger position, as well as Joaquin Rivas, and then Alex Covarrubias will anchor in the middle. We got Gamble and Ferreira up top. Ferreira is certainly an exciting player.
So the Roughnecks, Brady, as we get about 30 seconds before kickoff, quickly, Brady, it's something to build on for the Roughnecks. It's been hard going, but they get their 3rd win against Sacramento in a very good performance on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Roughnecks had never beaten San Antonio in the regular season before in its history, and so to kind of get that monkey off their back is a huge step forward. Once again, the Roughnecks have never beaten Sacramento. So this is another chance to right the ship. Sacramento certainly in the hunt for the playoffs, sitting in 5th right now. They're looking to kind of bolster this last few games of the season as they really look to, peak at the right time. And certainly they're on their way of doing that.
They certainly are. Their last game at Papa Murphy Park was a 3-0 victory against the Seattle Sounders, who incidentally are level on points down at the basement with the Tulsa Roughnecks. The Roughnecks and the Seattle Sounders too confirmed now they are eliminated from the playoff positions. Mathematically, they both sit there on 20 points, but it's Sacramento who get us underway in their white and grey shirts, grey shorts and grey socks against the Roughnecks, who are in their first team kit, which is the orange and blue shirts, the blue shorts and the orange socks. There's Vukovic, who got the penalty on Saturday, but immediately Sacramento on the attack here. That one's just going to roll away, though, for a goal kick. And that was the first action that we see from Wilson Nishaw. And here is Munoz to Paris G. G clips the ball up, looking for Jesus Ferreira, man we've alluded to. 6 goals. Leon Manu, 17. That's a ball over the top of Josh Morton here. And Sacramento on the attack with Isley. Isley will lay this ball back, and they will keep possession. Clemente now with the ball switching from right to left. A really good ball, but it is an offside. The referee tonight is Rubiel Vasquez. Assistant referees Shane Kennard and Kylie Terry. And Matt Trotter is your 4th. Here's Covarrubias, one of the 2 sitting midfield players, swinging it to the left-hand side, trying to pick out Vukovic, who's coming up from that left-back berth, and we saw controlled long ball soccer from the Roughnecks on Saturday, Brady.
Yeah, against San Antonio FC, we saw the Roughnecks really focusing on building that possession in small areas, only to extend the field long. So I think as teams look to really figure out their sense of ability and feel out the game, you string together those short passes, ultimately only to look for that long ball, whether it's across the field or in behind that back line to, really surge between those center backs and outside backs.
Very exciting attacking lineup, of course, with the Republic, with the likes of Bijev and Nishaw supporting Iwasa, and, of course, Isley. Here's Munez, who made the USL Team of the Week. Here's the first shot, but nothing doing for Chase Gentry. That one's over the bar, and pretty good defending there, Brady, from the Roughnecks.
Yeah, you'll take it. I mean, get as many shots as you can from far away for Gentry as he warms up into this game with only his 5th start of the season.
Yeah, Hayden Partain there getting involved, the number 7 in the centre for Sacramento Republic. Welcome in everybody watching locally on Cox Your View and also ESPN Plus. Welcome to all of you downtown Tulsa. Settle in for this matchup between these two good rivals. That's a bit of a giveaway, and there was a bit of a pullback, and the referee says, quite rightly, Brady, nodding your head, free kick in a dangerous position for Sacramento.
Yeah, Josh Morton with a bit of a hospital ball in the middle of the park, and you just can't play those balls, especially square passes in the middle of the field. Things like that are going to happen. Then you put your defensive midfielders in compromisable, or in a spot that's really going to allow for things like this to happen. Now, Chase Gentry will be tested early.
Yeah. Cameron Iwasa walking away. Clement is there. So is Partain. Bijev getting involved as well here. Standing closest to the ball now as Partain walks away. Just 3.5 minutes gone. And a chance for Sacramento Republic here. This is just right of centre. The man in all black waits, and that's Chase Gentry. And here is a short ball which is overhit. And Bijev is not happy with that one. And Brady, it was obviously something they planned, but just an overhit ball, quite frankly.
Clemente with a bit too much mustard on that one. Bijev will be certainly frustrated as he looked to be in on goal. The Roughnecks did not do a great job tracking that runner on the outside.
So the Sacramento Republic lineup then is Josh Cohen in goal, Tater, Hall, Gomez, Clemente, and then Partain, Iwasa, Horde, with Bijev, Isley, and Nishaw. Call it what you like, 4-4-2, 4-3-3. Certainly they've gone to 4 at the back, and in the last game, Sacramento Republic fans will know that it was a back 3, so certainly a back 4 tonight. And there's Jeremy Hall. Now here is Bijev. Hits the ball into Vukovic and gets the first corner of the game.
Bijev, one of those guys that's going to be a constant threat. 90 minutes of attacking prowess from him. Just a guy that's been in the USL a few years, but has certainly made waves early on.
So corner then, first one of the game, and it is Hayden Partain. Holds his left arm aloft here, right-footed. Good low ball in, and that should have been the opening goal. It was a free header. A free header there, and really from a few yards out, Cameron Iwasa wide of the target.
Yeah, Iwasa actually tracked pretty well by Munoz, but ultimately Munoz just getting the worst end of that. Iwasa getting in on that near post and can't redirect his header on frame.
The replay there from Harsco and Tankersley Food Service, just showing that Iwasa, there he is in shot, wearing 31, the man who scored 13 goals. Header just wide. Chase Gentry, goal kick. Looking for Tavares, who rises there. Mirkovic wins a header in the centre of the field. Here's the right back, Paris G. Tavares there just not getting control of the ball. And certainly from the Roughnecks point of view, you want Tavares with the ball at his feet. Arguably one of the quickest men in the team, Brady.
Haven't seen a lot of guys beat him for pace in this league. Even with the ball at his feet, he's just as quick with the ball without or away from his feet. So a guy the Roughnecks will continue to try and get on the ball, look for him in behind, look to his feet. It doesn't matter. The kid can really do it all.
Here's Josh Morton, who's become somewhat of a stalwart centre-back. in Mike Entien's team. Here's Vukovic. Now Rivas, back from duty with the national El Salvadorian team. Vukovic there has overhit that one, and that will be harmlessly out for a goal kick. The man in all green there is Josh Cohen, who's played all 28 games, and he's only conceded 29 goals all season. Here he is, left-footed ball up towards halfway. Underneath this one is Izzy with Munez. Munez wins that one. Iwasa now, he's playing somewhat of a deeper role tonight. Here he is. You'd call it an attacking midfield role in this very attacking Sacramento Republic lineup.
Yeah, without the likes of Moffitt in there, seems like Iwasa's kind of dropped in to fill that void, but Iwasa naturally is just a guy that wants to attack, so we won't see him sit as much as Moffitt did. You'll kind of find him in that top, third of the field.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate injury for the Scotsman Moffitt, Adam Moffitt, in the Seattle game. But it did allow Icy to come onto the field and get those 2 goals. One was the second one he got was from the penalty spot. Here's Josh Morton. Spins it wide to the left-hand side to Vukovic. Vukovic now gets fouled. Vukovic, who scored his first goal for the Tulsa Roughnecks this season, is one and only from the penalty spot, which, after going a goal down, here's the foul again. Vukovic brought the game level just before half-time, and then it was Eti Tavares who got the winner in the second half to give the Roughnecks their 3rd win of the season. Here's Vukovic then, wearing 82, 10 yards inside the Sacramento half. Left-footed ball into the box, easily headed away by Hall. Bijev lost out to Vukovic, who tries a shot, and that was one of those nasty ones. Josh Cohen made that look easy, and I think it was Brady. We'll see on the replay here. That was a kind of a swerving ball and a shot from Vukovic.
After a disappointing cross, he does well to win the ball back here and then put one on frame to test the goalkeeper early. You like that from Vukovic. His deliveries, we know, can really impact games, and we saw him in that penalty hit the side net. I mean, that's the best way to strike a pen for me, is when you can hit that side net. There's nothing better. There's no better feeling.
Again, the thanks to Husko and Tanksley Food Service for the replays. Here's Sacramento then with knee short. And he's overhit that one. Goal kick. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Chase Gentry, as we say, in for Fabian Soda, making only his 5th start here, wearing 29. Hits the ball right-footed. Headed on by Ferreira, but he has to rather chase his own header forward. Away by Cohen's left foot. Paris G now will cushion header down to Gamble. And here's Covarrubias to Gamble. Gamble now to Tavares. Good build-up here from the basement side. Tavares now, can he get a decent ball in? He pulls it back, looking for Ferreira. Ball out only as far as G. And G, although it was a nutmeg, rather gave it away, but the Roughnecks get it back. Here's Covarrubias. Confident start from the home side. Covarrubias continues his run, but it's a foul. And Brady, you'd say that it's a confident start inside the first 10 minutes for Tulsa here.
Yeah, I like the way Tulsa's playing tonight. They're patient with their build-up, not necessarily rushing into any sort of attack. But it's also not pedestrian. They're playing with purpose. And here we see shoulder to shoulder from Covarrubias. Good defending there. Covarrubias just late on that challenge.
0 score, as I said, 10 minutes gone. Thank you again for your company here locally on Cox Your View, channel 1333 and ESPN Plus. Good to have you here in Oklahoma, downtown Tulsa. Sacramento will move on down the turnpike and play Oklahoma City Energy. A lot of teams obviously do that, and Brady, as a former Roughneck player, the amount of traveling from Oklahoma, and obviously, when the Roughnecks go to California, they tend to pick up 2 or 3 games, don't they, and play them and stay out there.
Yeah, you've got to be strategic with your travel there, especially being in Tulsa. You're pretty much having to connect in Denver or in a Phoenix to get to California. And while Oklahoma City has the luxury of having those direct flights, Tulsa kind of gets the wrong end of the stick on this one. And just to get to us, other teams have to travel as well. So it is nice when teams come to you.
Good build up here. Ends up in the feet of Vukovic. Vukovic, ball into the box. Headed away. Only as far here as Covarrubias, who will strike one. And it was easily saved again. Josh Cohen making his second save of the night look very, very easy. But a good strike from the man in your picture there, which is Covarrubias.
We've seen Covarrubias, not be afraid to pull from range before. He's rattled the post a few times this season from 25, 30 yards out. Certainly an exciting player in the middle of the park.
Cameron Iwasa now just inside the box. Plenty of orange shirts defending. Sacramento keep possession of the ball with Jeremy Hall, who's playing more as a defensive midfield player than a centre-back. Jeremy Hall tonight, just pushing a little bit further in. Cohen then finds Clementa. Back to Cohen. And Sacramento now with a patient build-up. Here's Hall, former Tampa Bay player and 7 seasons in the MLS with New York Red Bulls, the Portland Timbers, FC Dallas, Toronto FC and New England Revolution. Big player for Sacramento Republic, of course. Here's Bijev.
Sacramento also exercising their patience here. I like the way that they get wide. They have great width to the way they play. While Tulsa has remained disciplined in this first 14 minutes, Sacramento, you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to spread them out and they're trying to find those channels.
Plenty of room here though for Tulsa, isn't there? As both teams finding the room. Here's Vukovic again into the box. Again, only to the feet of a Sacramento defender. Hall tidies up. Nishaw will just turn and just slow things down. Iwasa chipping the ball over the top, looking for Bijev here. The Bulgarian controls the ball. Chips the ball over the top of Gentry. It was a good chip, Brady, but Paris G was alert to the danger.
It's the wrong choice for me from Bijev. I like the idea of getting that ball into numbers, but you had Hayden Partain coming in late, that late runner, almost a Lampard sort of run. You could hear him shouting from the press box, put it at the top of the box, and, Bijev going with numbers in the box instead, but it's still alluded to a corner.
Corner it is indeed for Hayden Partain. Hayden Partain, who started 11 games. He's got a brother, Harris Partain, who is here at TU, Tulsa University, here in Tulsa. Muniz will head that one away, the captain for the Roughnecks, and that will be a goal kick. I thought it came off Muniz's head, but it must have come off a Sacramento player.
Yeah, interesting about Partain and his brother Harris having a good season last year with University of Tulsa. Hayden also was on trial here with the Roughnecks last year, spent a few weeks on trial, and then a few weeks later, everyone reading the signing that he had signed with Sacramento Republic, and immediately kind of made his way into the team and made an impact.
Let's chase Gentry's ball. That's going to go over the head of Vukovic. A good away record for Sacramento Republic. They've won 7 times on the road. They've only lost 5 times. They have had a couple of draws. They've beaten Orange County 1-0, Seattle 2-1, Phoenix 3-1, Fresno 1-0, Reno 2-1. They've beaten Swope on the road 3-1. That's no mean feat. And Colorado switch Republic 1-0. Excuse me, Colorado switchbacks, of course, 1-0. So 7 wins. They've won their last 2 games, home against Seattle 3-0 and 2-1 at Reno. Here now is Gamble. Covarrubias, plenty of possession here. Muniz finds his centre-back partner, Josh Morton, who brings in the 4th man of the back 4 there, Vukovic. Rivas to the Serbian Vukovic. Rivas felt he was shoved off the ball. Now, here is Rivas. Rivas switching the play here to Tavares. Parachi goes on the overlap. Tavares goes infield. Tricky player is Eti Tavares. And that one, Bijev wins back for the Sacramento Republic FC. There's Morton's header away to Mirkovic. Mirkovic back to Morton. And again, we say good possession from Tulsa Roughnecks, looking for only their 4th win of the season here at One Oak. All of their 3 wins have come here at One Oak. That will go harmlessly through. Want to say welcome to anybody who's at the Sacktown Bar and the Craft Beer Vault there in Sacramento. Welcome to you tonight. Of course, 2 hours behind. It was a 7 o'clock kickoff local time here, and of course 5 o'clock for you guys. So we hope you've had a good day at work and you're settling into this one. 0-0 the score. Dave Saunders, and alongside me, the former Roughnecks player Brady Ballou. Here's Isley. Referee says play on. Isley finishes up on the deck. Nishaw carries on. Here's Partain now, taking up the story for Elliott's men. Good possession soccer here. Ball over the top. Here is looking for Elliott Horde. Horde now can get a ball into the box. It's a little bit strong. Covarrubias gets some kind of a foot on it. Tavares tries to clear the danger, and Gamble will play a left-footed ball down the left-hand side, which is a good one to find Jesus Ferreira. Slightly off balance, but Gamble did extremely well. Here's Ferreira now bringing in Mirkovic. Mirkovic now to Tavares. Tavares will take anybody on. Mirkovic again, the former Sacramento player, gets a 1-2, hits the shot just over the bar, but it did take a deflection. And Brady Ballou, that was good build-up play from the Tulsa Roughnecks.
Once again, the Roughnecks exercising that patience, you know, looking side to side, not forcing anything. And a good little combination here between Mirkovic and Ferreira. Ferreira, wise beyond his years at just 17, laying that ball off for a one-time strike for Mirkovic, who's put it over the bar with a little bit of a deflection. Roughnecks corner kick. Yeah, the Hasko and Tankersley Food Service instant replay there showing one of the 2 Serbians in the side there hitting a shot which took a deflection. Here is the corner, the Metro PCS corner kick. And there's a header, and it's a brilliant, brilliant save. What a save from Cohen to keep the score at 0-0. We'll get a replay and bring Brady in a minute because the Roughnecks still have the ball. They've now rather given it away to Partain. What a header, what a save, but still the action goes on. Here's Bajev now, running towards the 18-yard box. There's Tavares. Tavares wins the tackle, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving, and the referee says, well, the referee said play on, and now he's given a handball because Covarrubias thought that the referee said play on, and he put his hand on the ball. The referee said it's 50-50 pushing and shoving. It was Isley, of course, my mistake. Isley there who won the ball and the pushing and shoving. I wonder if we can get a replay of the header towards goal. Well, Josh Cohen standing on his head tonight here in Tulsa. A fantastic save on the corner, and how quickly things can go down the field. And we see the little tangle up here in Covarrubias. You know, it's unfortunate that a player takes a play off like that in that kind of situation. Be smart. Get the okay from the referee. Here's Partain's corner. Bajev is in there. It gets loose. It's going to come back here for a shot towards goal, and it's a brilliant goal. And Sacramento open up, and it is Elliott Horde. He doesn't get many goals, and he hit that one from a good 20-plus yards out. No chance for Chase Gentry. Coming up to the 20-minute mark, it's the Tulsa Roughnecks 0, Sacramento Republic FC 1. Wow, you don't hit a ball much better than that. For Horde, that's great. That's clinical from him. A man that was also here a couple years ago on trial has made himself a little spot in Sacramento. Horde, well done here. We'll see that ball pop out to the top. A poor clearance from Eti Tavares, and Horde absolutely smashes it into the top corner. Kudos to him. Yeah, Horde there, Elliott Horde, and I can confirm that's his first goal of the season. I said he doesn't get many. Well, that's his first of the season, but what a hit. That's a sweet one for your first one. To be fair, you know, he had plenty of space and room. It's one of those that came to him, but you have to really hit it sweetly in the back of the net. You do, and it's so easy to put those balls over the top. You get so excited, you start leaning back, and all of a sudden you've sent one into the stands, spilling somebody's popcorn, and that one's just as well hit as it can get. The Republic have never lost here. 3 wins in 3 attempts. Here's Josh Morton, the Roughnecks in kind of familiar territory. They've been behind several times this season. It's a shame for the Roughnecks. They've started brightly, but it's as simple as one poor clearance can lead to a goal. And this isn't a soft goal. It's an extremely well-struck ball, but it's definitely an avoidable goal at this point.
It was a good ball in, wasn't it? Going back to the free kick.
But it all starts with a silly, here it comes back out to the top, and Horde just gets a hold of this one into the top shelf. That's USL Goal of the Week territory for me. But yeah, it all starts with Covarrubias with just a silly handball. That's something totally avoidable, and the Roughnecks punished here in the 22nd minute.
Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with the news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer. And of course, as Brady said, you can get involved and vote for your goal of the week, and that's got to be up there, isn't it?
Oh, it's as sweet as you like, especially if you're a Sacramento fan. I'm sure they're pouring extra beers right now.
There you go. And here he is, the goal scorer, wrestling away.
You will notice that the outside backs for Sacramento, there's quite a bit of distance from those center backs to those outside backs, especially as they get higher up the field. And we've heard the likes of Pep Guardiola talk about how he likes his center backs and his outside backs to actually be closer and tucked inside, so those passes in the middle of the park are shorter, therefore more effective, and you have a better chance of moving the ball up the field. But Sacramento electing to play with that width to move those outside backs forward, and ultimately it's paid off at 1-0.
The temperature, by the way, on kickoff was 92 degrees. We are hearing that we are going to have a hydration break on the 30-minute mark. As Muniz getting a foot in and Morton clears. Certainly a little bit cooler now. There's a slight breeze here in Tulsa, as the ball is loose down in that corner where, unfortunately, Covarrubias handled the ball. The referee was saying play on. And he picked the ball up thinking the referee must be giving something, but you play to the whistle, I guess. His knee short. Trying to go round G. G had to time that challenge, and he did extremely well.
Paris G with a great tackle there. He's got to be extremely careful as Nisha's about to round that corner. It's a pivotal moment in that little play. G has to get it absolutely correct, because going down 2-0 in the 24th minute against a side like Sacramento is no easy feat to come back and get one.
Hayden Partain with the Metro PCS corner kick. Metro PCS wireless figured out. Short corner, knee short. Back to Partain. Partain goes round Gamble. Left-footed ball into the box. BJ with a header. Over the bar. Good build-up, Brady.
Yeah, sloppy marking from the Roughnecks in the back. BJF unlucky to get that one on frame. He'll want that one back. Gentry probably isn't too fond of that marking by the Roughnecks. That's twice Sacramento's got on some headers. We'll see that ball whipped in by Partain to that back stick, and BJF doesn't even move. He's wide open on that back stick, so certainly something Coach Insian will want to talk about at halftime.
Chase Gentry then with the goal kick. Hits it right-footed. Up towards Tavares, who gets beaten in the air. Covarrubias just lays the ball off here for Josh Morton. 1-0 the score to the away side. Elliot Horde's first of the season. Here's the top goal scorer for the Tulsa Roughnecks, Joachim Rivas. Morton now will play it across the back four here to the captain, Muniz, the Chilean. G, who timed that tackle superbly. Covarrubias. Right on halfway. Little 1-2 attempt there between Gamble and Tavares. But again, it's good defending. Hall getting involved there. It's got a slightly free roll today, Hall. Here is Mirkovic. Finds Rivas. Rivas could hit one from a long way out, but that's an easy save again for Josh Cohen. And Rivas not able to add to his 10 goals this season in 27 appearances.
While it's been patient from the Roughnecks, they're also not afraid to, pull that trigger from a long range. We've seen Covarrubias snap one from early, and Rivas there as well. The Roughnecks will be keen on getting Rivas on the ball a little bit more often.
Isley there, tackling with Muniz. I have to say, I thought the last touch was off Isley, but the referee has given a corner. Another corner, then the Metro PCS corner kick. Metro PCS wireless figured out.
Yeah, we'll get another look at this one. It's a good tackle by Munoz, and it is off him. So correct call by the referee. Well done.
Well done. Who am I to say with my eyesight? Here's the corner from Partey. Right-footed ball towards the penalty spot. Comes off a Roughneck player there, and easily for Gentry. He'll be pleased to get his hands on the football, having been been beaten by a wonderful Elliott Horde pile driver into the corner. No goalkeeper in the world, I think, would have got anywhere near it. Couldn't have hit it more directly and into exactly the spot where you want it to be. Good drive and run from G. Gamble. G again now. Just gets a little bit tied up in his own feet, and away come the men in grey and white again, the 5th place team. Was it an offside? Onside, says the assistant, but that one is out. And the Roughnecks will have a throw-in.
That one looked a little bit offside to me, but referee, give her the benefit of the doubt here. Probably got a better view than I do. Paris G on the other end of the field. Maybe getting caught in two minds there. He had that back heel to Tavares I think he was thinking about, and I don't blame him for not going with that, as the outside back was just poaching behind him.
Iwasa won that one back off Rivas there. Here's Jeremy Hall. The ball will end up at the feet of Elliott Horde, the goal scorer. Horde has to check and go back to Emma Clementa. Here's Shannon Gomez. We haven't mentioned him too much. He's had a quiet game so far. Not a lot of the ball. Hadn't had a lot to do, to be honest. Here's Mirkovic in the centre circle. Covarrubias. Tavares. Again, Mike Ensian's men keeping control of the ball, but they do trail by a goal to nil. Here's Josh Morton. Morton crossing the halfway line, brings in Vukovic. Vukovic, low ball behind the defence. Ferreira was almost on the end of that one.
We've seen those two connect a few times over the course of the last few games. Vukovic providing 2 assists to Ferreira against Seattle Sounders too. You know, a likely combo at this point in the season for the Roughnecks.
Jesus Ferreira, who scored that hat-trick in Seattle to put the Roughnecks 4-1 up. And incredibly, the game ended at 4-4 as the Roughnecks look for their first away win of the season. But it was the first hat-trick by any Tulsa Roughneck player in recent history.
I think it might be a tough one for another 17-year-old to score a hat-trick for the Roughnecks in the near future. It's pretty impressive by the young man.
Yeah, on loan from FC Dallas, of course. Nishaw just laying the ball off. Here's Iwasa. Runs into G. Here's Mirkovic now, just laying the ball off here to Vukovic. Vukovic just treading on the ball, killing it dead. Mirkovic just laying it off to Morton here. And now Covarrubias sitting a little bit deeper here. Will play a long ball looking for the run of Ferreira. Gomez with a good header away. Here's Mirkovic getting the ball down. Right on halfway, Covarrubias. Lay off there from Ferreira. Strong challenge coming in.
Sacramento will probably remember with Mirkovic, a guy that kind of runs the midfield. He kind of steers the ship for them. It's not always the most pretty, but it's very effective overall, and we all know he's not afraid of a tackle.
Certainly isn't. Here's Iwasa now bearing down on goal. Squares the ball. Could it be 2? It's just wide somehow. Iwasa did everything right and played the ball into Isley, and Isley just slices that one wide. Could easily have been 2, Brady Ballou.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. There's been a little bit too much mustard on these passes tonight. Cameron Iwasa is going to be frustrated with himself, and Isley was in on goal, just a mere 8 yards out.
We're going to have a hydration break here. So the players will take, there's the replay. And Brady Ballou, did they have hydration breaks when you played a few years ago?
Oh, yeah, the hydration, they're very important, whether you were thirsty. Sometimes you just need a little bit of rest. I'm not too in favor of them overall, but 90-degree heat, you know, games going 30 games long in a season, for the health and wellness of the players, I think it's the right move.
I'm telling you, I'm just thinking of Wilson Nishaw. He was born in Darlington, and he was playing for Blythe Spartans. Now, I know them. They're a non-league team in England up in the northeast. And I tell you don't have kind of hydration breaks. They bring on a hot cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee because it's so cold. He's probably played the poor lad in frost and snow and muddy fields up there, but he's a great player. Came over from Blythe Spartans to play for Sacramento. Brady, how would you sum up then the first 31 minutes? I mean, clearly, you know, the Roughnecks are behind again, plenty of possession. Is it a familiar story for the Roughnecks?
Yeah, as we know, Roughnecks leading in possession against San Antonio FC in that first half, and possession at the end of the game means nothing. And here we'll see a few of the highlights from that first 30 minutes. Some of the marking here by Sacramento. And an absolute save from Josh Cohen, standing on his head in goal for Sacramento, keeping it live. And then here we see the silly handball. The referee says play on. Covarrubias not looking up at the right time, putting his hand on the ball. And this leads to the free kick. Partain whipping in a wonderful ball into that 6-yard area where it pops out from Tavares. And Elliot Horde, as cool as you like, man, you don't hit him much better than that. Kudos to the young man. First goal of the season for Sacramento.
We're in a hydration break here in downtown Tulsa. The referee will get us underway. Just on that goal, Brady, I was just noticing there that Paris G's first header was a bit misdirected, wasn't it? And then Tavares with a kind of a clearance that could have gone anywhere, but it fell at the feet of Horde. And to be fair to Horde, struck it well, as you said.
Yeah, he's done well to do what he did. But, yeah, 3 avoidable kind of things that lead to that goal, starting from the handball to the first header that doesn't get out, and then lastly that clearance from Tavares.
Now here is Tavares, come up on the left wing. Switch of wings for him. Plays a low ball into the box. Again, it's away by the Sacramento defence. Here's Mirkovic. Mirkovic now will just lay the ball off for Covarrubias. Covarrubias here with the build-up to Rivas. Rivas just hits a Sacramento player and then has to foul. Take one for the team on the knee shore there, or he would have been away.
Smart by Rivas there, just slowing the game down. Not even getting a little conversation with the referee. That's a great foul for me then.
Yeah, our referee tonight, Rubio Vasquez, who had to give the deliberate handball. And I think he felt sorry for Covarrubias because he didn't give him a card, did he? But Covarrubias picking the ball up, and the referee quite clearly said on the replay, play on. Here's Iwasa. Good tackle, though, from Morton. Paris G. Covarrubias. Good play from Gamble, making himself available. Now Rivas in some space here, driving up the middle of the field. He's got Tavares wide on the left. Rivas may have a go, and then he lays it off to Tavares. Tavares now inside the box on the left. Tavares chips it towards the far post. There's nobody there. It was a good build-up, Brady Ballou, but nothing doing at the end of the move.
Yeah, after an encouraging build-up, just nice, steady possession from the back, moving it all the way up the field to end with that kind of end product is something the Roughnecks will be looking to get better as the game goes forward.
New Balance is the official sportswear provider of Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Look for a full line of New Balance products in the Roughnecks team store here at One Oak Field. Sliding challenge from Morton on Isley. Isley felt he may have been fouled there. Doesn't complain too much. Rubs his left hip and gets on with it. The man who's stepped up from the bench after scoring the 2 goals in the 3-0 win against the Seattle Sounders in the last Sacramento Republic game. They haven't had a game and since then until now, so they've been fully rested. And they lead this one by 1-0. Here is Eti Tavares looking for his 3rd goal of the season. Vukovic, ball into the box, again headed away. Mirkovic back to Vukovic. Vukovic will win a throw-in off Elliot Horde. And the Roughnecks would dearly love a goal, Brady Ballou, before half-time, of course.
Yeah, and as we know, Vukovic won't back down from swinging balls into the box. That's kind of his MO, so you can expect more of that over the next 60 minutes or so.
Gamble trying to go alone, but he's earned a corner here. The Metro PCS corner kick. Metro PCS wireless figured out for the Roughnecks. Their 2nd of the half. There is Michael Gamble, the lad who was actually born in Bedford in England, but has spent his college career and is basically his whole professional career here in the States.
Yeah, he played at Wake Forest with Hayden Partain, I believe.
Here's Rivas, left-footed ball towards the far post, and it went out and in, says the assistant on the far side. So nothing doing there from the Metro PCS corner. There is Rivas, who we alluded to on Saturday, spent some time with the El Salvador national team. Didn't get onto the field against the Brazilians, who beat El Salvador 5-0, but he did catch up with a few of them, and I think he got a shirt or two, didn't he?
Yeah, he got the shirt from Fred, the Manchester United player, and got a little picture at the airport with Willian. Not bad when you can smell Neymar from a few feet away. I don't care if you play or not. You know, it's quite an experience he got to have up in Maryland.
Bijev is protesting his innocence and telling Vukovic to get up there, the man born in Sofia, Bulgaria. Vukovic just gets to his feet. There he is, just wringing out that left wrist. There are the two Serbians in the Roughnecks team. There's Vukovic. 4 assists this season, which is the second highest on the team. Swings those balls in with his left foot. That's a good little ball with the outside of his left foot. Tavares trying to go at goal here. Into the box. Eti Tavares, tricky. Just doesn't get past the second defender. Iwasa lays the ball off.
Yeah, it's so easy for a guy like Iwasa in that situation to just want to pump that ball forward and look in behind to Bijev. But, you know, this is a guy that's got games under his belt. He's got the shout for MLS for a bit, too. This is a guy with a great soccer knowledge, a great soccer brain, electing to just hold on to the ball and, you know, get that possession, build from the back.
Loose ball back, taken up by Isley, but just couldn't find anybody. Iwasa was bearing down in the centre of the goal, the 18-yard line. Isley did everything he could, and we have another Metro PCS corner for Sacramento Republic. There are the Ball Kids. Ball Kids sponsored by Green County Chevy dealers. Do a great job here at One Oak. Obviously enjoying their night, warm night. And here is Mr. Partain with the corner. Towards the penalty spot. Morton gets a header away. It's going to fall here to Covarrubias. Covarrubias will have to go himself with Elliot Horde for company. Ball over the top for looking for Jesus Ferreira. And from the Roughnecks' point of view, Brady, haven't really fed the young man, Jesus Ferreira, with anything to feed or anything to run onto, really, tonight so far.
Sparse service up front for sure. I think the Roughnecks will be keen to get Joaquin Rivas on the ball more, looking to combine with Ferrara a little bit more up top. We saw him combine with Mirkovic for a one-time shot earlier in the half. These are two guys that the Roughnecks depend on for not only their quality, but their quantity in terms of, you know, goals and assists.
Vukovic will just head the ball back. Says on your screen there, coming up to 39 minutes. Of course, we have had the hydration break and the clock was still running, so we add 2 to that one. It's a run for Gamble down the right-hand side, but he won't get on that one. Goes back to Josh Cohen, who's done everything really well in the Sacramento goal. Started every single 29. This is his 29th game that he started. Now, here comes Sacramento again. It was inside the box. Oh, and he blasted over the bar. The top goal scorer there will be disappointed by his own standards that he's not doubled the lead. There he is, Cameron Iwasa, 13 goals this season. And we'll have a look at the replay, Brady. He hit it really well. No defender around him. Possibly should have scored.
Isley does really well here for me, just scooting inside of the pair of center backs here, and a cheeky little touch, and then an absolutely wonderful first touch from Iwasa. And he doesn't do himself justice with that last strike, but it should be 2-0 Sacramento at this point.
Replay there, courtesy of Harsco and Tankersley Food Service. Twitter, the USL's official Twitter feed, keeps you up to date with news, live game updates and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. There's Morton just chesting the ball down for Vukovic. Morton again, deep in his own territory here. We'll go back to Chase Gentry, who's been beaten by an absolute pile driver. His first of the season for Elliot Horde, which separates the two sides here. Mirkovic back to Morton. Morton's got to be careful because Bijev is quick and shut him down really well. And they've done that really well, Brady, haven't they, Sacramento?
Morton gets away with one there. Bijev closes down very well. This is a guy that's a lot faster than he may look on film, or in games, he really does close down space well. So does Iwasa. I think that midfield really shrinks the field extremely quickly. It's something Sacramento has always done over the years really well. They've closed down those spaces in numbers.
These two did meet this season on April the 28th. It finished 1-1 at Papa Murphy Park. Paris G with a cross and Rivas header in the 2nd minute put the Roughnecks into the lead, but it was cancelled out by a Luis Espina late goal. Espina is on the bench tonight.
It's always tough when you score in that 2nd minute. Sometimes it can feel like you're just holding on for dear life, especially as the game goes on. There's no other goals. It almost becomes a harder game because you've scored first.
1-1 that night, but 3 wins out of 3 for Sacramento Republic here at One Oak. Goal kick here. In fact, that 1-1 draw was in fact the first point that the Roughnecks have ever taken off Sacramento. Head-to-head, it's 5 wins for Sacramento Republic FC, no wins for the Roughnecks, just 1 tie, and that came this season courtesy of the Rivas header. Now, here comes Bijev. Goes around Vukovic. Low ball into the box. Gentry will dive on that one. Bijev is annoyed with himself because he didn't find anybody in a grey shirt, Brady. Yeah, quality from Bijev there. He's cheeky all the time. He's always looking for that little nick or that little knack in behind defenses, and he punishes so many teams with his quality. Now, this is what Tavares wants, one-on-one. Plays a neat little ball in here to Jesus Ferreira. Ferreira checks. Back come the grey and white shirts. They quickly get back in defence, do the Republic. Clementa there just laying the ball off, and it's cleared by Gomez. And now there's a one-on-one between Captain Muniz, who wins out on that one, with Isley. Isley's complaining, but I think Muniz, to be fair, got the ball cleanly, Brady. Yeah, well, it's shoulder to shoulder. You expect a little bit of contact, but for me, Munoz does well there. Rivas with Tainter. Mitchell Tainter, we haven't said his name too much over there. He's played in 26 games, 1 goal and 1 assist, but he's predominantly a defender. There's the 50-50. Yeah, it's clean for me. There's not much in it. Iwasa. Is Hall right on the centre spot. Now 2 over here. Tainter and Nishaw. Nishaw to Tainter here. Deep in Roughnecks territory. Tries to go round, does, and then rather makes a bit of a mess of that. And then he complains, I think, more in embarrassment to the referee that he should have got something. Poor old Tainter there, up from left back. Goal kick, says the referee. Just a couple of minutes left on the stadium clock till the 45 up, but we've got the drinks break and any other stoppages. There haven't been too many stoppages, so possibly a couple of minutes to be added on here. Plenty to come at half-time. Of course, we'll be looking at the first half highlights. There is Simon Elliott, the New Zealander. Coach since February of this year, played for New Zealand from 1995 to 2011, played for LA Galaxy and Columbus Crew in the MLS, and also for Fulham in the English Premiership. So it is going to be, we think, 2 minutes to be added on as Isley lays the ball off to Hall. Partain. Nishaw now. Nishaw tricky, but runs into Mirkovic. And now the Roughnecks, that's a slightly loose ball, loses the momentum slightly. Rivas keeps it in, but now has to check, and plenty of grey shirts back in their formation. Covarrubias. Josh Morton. Plays it forward here, Gamble. Gamble slightly loose, but Vukovic wins it. Vukovic just playing it square here to Mirkovic. Mirkovic will hit one, and that's a good hit, just about a yard over. Good build-up. And Mirkovic, we don't see too many shots from the defensive midfielder players. We see 2 minutes to be added on, but that was a good effort. Yeah, this is the second one we've seen from him tonight, both sailing right over the crossbar in the middle of the goal. But you don't mind that. You have Sacramento a little bit on their heels at that point. Don't be afraid, but what Ferreira and Rivas and Etsy Tavares need to be do as the game develops, when those shots start to cater on target, you need guys following those shots in the box. Mirkovic, who was substituted late on, along with Covarrubias. in the 2-1 win over San Antonio just last Saturday here at One Oak. Gamble has the ball stolen away from Cohen. Under pressure from Ferreira. Manages to clear. Flicked on by Iwasa. Only as far as Captain Munoz. His right-footed ball here picks out Tavares. Tavares goes down. And Horde says it was a little bit of a dive. But it's a free kick. And Vukovic with a chance late on here to get the ball into the box. Here's the foul.
Yeah, we'll see again here. Eti Tavares just putting that ball. The way Eti Tavares brings the ball down out of the air, you know, while guys are closing down is always impressive. I've always enjoyed watching this young man control the ball and, you know, get it out in front of his feet to attack the player.
Vukovic then, very late on in this first half. We're playing time added on. Good ball into the box. Was there a bit of a push from Rivas? Well, it doesn't matter anyway because it evades everybody. It's going to be a throw-in deep in our own territory for the Sacramento Republic FC. There's Vukovic holding his head because he felt it was a good ball into the box, Brady, and I don't disagree with him, actually. It was a good ball in there, wasn't it?
He's put Josh Cohen on his heels there. You know, it's one of those situations where Cohen, he's got to make a split-second decision to stay or go. When a ball is that well struck, Cohen's got to just have the trust in his back line to handle what, you know, he's not comfortable doing.
There is our half-time whistle from the referee. There's Nishaw, who's had a really good effort to put his side 2-0 into the lead, but alas, it is just 1-0. And it's been a pretty good game to watch. I mean, you can see the prowess, can't you, of Sacramento Republic, both defensively and, of course, in attack. There's Eti Tavares, who likes to get one-on-one with the defender. But, Brady, you're summing up of the first half?
Yeah, we've seen a few themes throughout the first part of this match, and I think we'll get to talk a little bit more at halftime, but those late runners for Sacramento are going to continue to be dangerous for Tulsa. Midfielders need to do a little bit better job tracking back, but meaningful possession from the Roughnecks. It's been positive. It's been with a common goal in mind, and to getting that width, getting the guys like Vukovic in that attacking third and whipping balls into guys like Ferreira.
There's the goal scorer, Elliot Horde. There, his first of the season. It was a great hit. We'll obviously be looking at the first half highlights and we'll see just how good that was. There's Coach Elliot, the New Zealander, no doubt happy with his first half performance for his men. Currently 5th, looking, of course, to cement their top 8 spot. And Brady Ballou, briefly from you, there's no reason to think that, you know, they're not going to cement their place pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, there's no panic button on the Roughnecks end, and for Sacramento, they're looking to see this thing out. Just do all the little things right. For Tulsa, it might not come easy. It could be one of those situations where it's a silly mistake, such as how Sacramento put one in the back of our net.
Coach Ed's in there with notebook in hand, no doubt. Will head down to the locker room and tell his team what they need to do to turn this around as we get a break. Stay with us for the first half highlights as you get a view of the beautiful downtown Tulsa. The halftime score here from One Oak is the Tulsa Roughnecks 0, Sacramento Republic 1.
How's it going, everyone? USL's Kelsey Steele here with FC Cincinnati defender Forrest Lasso. So we're well aware of what Forrest can do on the pitch, so today we're going to see what he's got on the court. We've got a game of horse going with a few questions in between. So Forrest, you want to get to it?
Let's do it.
Go.
Oh, let's go. Oh, pressure's on. Let's do it.
We got an H, people. So you're rally guy. Favorite part about North Carolina?
Ooh. Sweet Tea barbecue.
MJ or LeBron?
Oh, that's like the Pele Messi question.
So there's only one right answer.
I mean, I'm definitely biased, so I'm MJ. We'll go with Bank this time.
Oh, okay, all right. Ah!
Oh, we got a letter.
Okay, sweet spot then on the court.
Top of the key.
Top of the key, okay.
Oh, yes.
Whose play would you mirror the most?
Little size difference with Dwayne Wade. He was the reason I started watching the NBA.
Get out of here. What, only 5'6", 5'7" at 16, and now you're pushing 6'7" at 25? What's that like for you?
So being the small guy, I was like the run of the litter growing up. I was always the smallest guy on every team, and then once it started to grow, I would like to say I was more technically sound when I was younger and smaller. And as I kind of grew, I kept the technical part of my game, and then I also realized that I have the physical side. When it comes to the game, it's definitely been a blessing. It's a special tool or trait that not everybody has, obviously.
killing me.
Needed that.
Being pulled in from that Cincinnati community, what do they do bring to you guys?
Oh man, I've been playing this game since, I don't know, 3 years old. Everybody likes the game, not everybody loves the game, and when you go to Cincinnati, you can tell that there's 40,000 people that love it.
Your roommates with Jimmy, tell me you've got a good story or two living with him over these last few months.
Oh, we've probably seen it on a few goal celebrations, but he's got absolutely no rhythm. He's probably gonna hate that I told the world this, but he's, when it comes to dancing, this guy's pretty fun to watch.
No, that's short. Ah! Give it to the champ.
That was fun.
That'll do it for us today, Forrest. Thanks for coming along and bearing the heat with us. For now, that'll do it from Tampa.
What defines you? Your pain, your illness, your injury. At Hillcrest, we see it a little differently. Your hope defines you. Your strength, your willingness to fight no matter what the odds. Because we believe every life is worth fighting for.
Stuff. When you don't want it, what do you do with it? Go to TulsaRefuse.org. There, you'll learn what to do with stuff you don't know what to do with. Just give us a click. TulsaRefuse.org. It's what you do when you don't know what to do with stuff.
Osage Casino Hotel is your premier venue for total entertainment. Whether it's date night, game night, guys night, or ladies night out, it's always your night. Make it unforgettable at Osage Casino Hotel in Skytook and Ponca City.
Supermercados Morelos has the perfect ingredients for you to enjoy. T-bone steak as well as carne asada and specials every week to have an unforgettable time this season. Only with Supermercados Morelos.
Quality, excellence, passion. To serve you is our mission. Only with Morelos. The new.
Welcome back in here to Tulsa with the halftime score. The Tulsa Roughnecks 0, Sacramento, if I can get my words out, Republic FC 1. It was a goal that we'll see in a minute. It was a fantastic hit which separates the sides from Elliot Horde, his first of the season. 8 shots on target for Sacramento, 6 for the Tulsa Roughnecks. The possession, Brady Ballou, 50-50. Kind of a familiar story if you're a Roughnecks fan.
Yeah, we had got to talk about it a little bit in that first half. The Roughnecks doing very well to keep possession against San Antonio FC last match. But ultimately, that possession has to be meaningful. We've talked about it a few times over the course of the last 45 minutes, but we've seen great spells of possession from the Roughnecks so far. Getting those outside backs involved, combining with Jesus Ferrara, we'd like to see a little bit more of that from that kind of front 4 or 5 from the Roughnecks.
You can see why Sacramento Republic are flying high, you know, 5th place. They are a good side. They're solid at the back. They win the ball back very quickly, and they're very exciting with those front 4, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very well coached. They're very disciplined. This is a side that's experienced as well. You've got a lot of guys with a lot of USL minutes. For me, you're going to want to treat this like a playoff game. If you're Sacramento, you've got a 1-0 lead. You know, you've grinded out a goal. You're grinding out a result. Can you keep the lead? Can you shut down the play? Can you take every minute you can while the ball's out of bounds or wherever it is? Can you just slow the game down so Tulsa can't get back into that rhythm?
It's been a great game to watch, and these are the first half highlights. We'll have a look at the first one. It was an Iwasa header that just misses here, Brady.
Yeah, once again, great service from Hayden Partain. It's been very, very consistent all game long. And Iwasa getting to that near post first and can't redirect that header on frame.
And then it was a rather long effort here from Covarrubias. It was a good hit here, but in the end, a comfortable save for Josh Cohen.
Yeah, you've got to be happy it's on frame at that point. You know, test the goalkeeper, make him think about those chances later in the game. Then we'll see another service brought in here. Vukovic does well, and Cohen with one of the saves of the week for me. I mean, Vukovic is, what, 6 yards out at this point? And for Cohen not to just parry it back into the mix, but parry it to the side for Horde to execute and get it out.
Here's what we call, coming up now, a schoolboy error from Covarrubias. They thought there was a foul there. There was pushing and shoving going on. The referee quite clearly here looked to be fair. Says play on, and then Covarrubias handles the ball, and eventually this leads to a goal. But Covarrubias should know better than that.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate for how the Roughnecks had come out and set their stalls out for that first half, and then to give up something as silly as this, and then we'll see here. Guy doesn't do well with the header. A poor clearance from Tavares, but all credit due to Elliott Ford for absolutely punishing that ball into the back of the net. We'll get a great look at it here. Elliott Ford, have yourself one, kid.
Should say as well, there's Bijev saying we will shine the boots up. Not a bad first goal of the season if you're Elliott Horden. Can I say what great camera work we had there with the two views, because it caught the shot so well. And if you chase Gentry, you feel a bit sorry for the goalkeeper, because no goalkeeper in the world is going to stop that.
There's been a few chances we saw Iwasa, wasn't here in the highlights, but we saw him get in with that icely, just that trickery to slide inside and then chip that ball into Iwasa. He rattles one just skimming off the crossbar. And Gentry, once again, there's not much you can say that he could have done anything much better. Now, I think he will be a little frustrated with the marking on set pieces, but those are things that you can fix. That's the nice thing for Coach Incy in the halftime right now. He's probably saying, hey, we can improve here. You know, we haven't got punished too much, but certainly something we can build off of.
Going back to the Vukovic header, which was obviously the best chance the Roughnecks had, could Vukovic have done any more, or is that just outstanding goalkeeping from Cohen?
For me, it's outstanding goalkeeping. Vukovic does everything right, and when that ball comes in from that corner kick, you want to head it down. If you can get that ball to bounce right before the goalie gets there, it's a very difficult save. At most, he could have headed it back across goal where you can get the most power. But, I mean, he leaps over two defenders and puts one on frame. That's the most you can ask from him.
Brady, we like to be balanced and neutral here. If you're a Republic fan, how can you give them hope that they can go on and win this game and take the 3 points?
Yeah, you want to build off that first half performance. I don't think they really did anything wrong in that first half. I think Clementa's been really solid. Gomez hasn't been asked of too much. Cohen's only had to make one amazing save, but it's been steady for them. Like I said, treat this like a playoff appearance, and yeah, see this game out. This is a really exciting time for Sacramento and where they are.
And of course, if you're a Roughnecks fan, you've had a pretty difficult season. You know, you're looking for your fourth win. How can they get back in this game? Can they get back in this game? If they do get an equalizer, can they go on and win it? 3 questions in one for you.
Sure, yeah. As we've echoed over the last few games, there's about 4 to 7 games for most teams left in the season. And when you're eliminated like the Roughnecks are, like Seattle Sounders too are, you're playing for a job the next year. You're trying to put together a highlight tape. You're trying to get on people's radars, even with a tough kind of season. So there's plenty left in the season. There's plenty left in this game. The Roughnecks not out of it at all, just 1-0. Looking forward to a good second half, Dave.
Will you know, Coach Ensign be thinking maybe an Isaac Diaz, who for those who don't know is quite a tricky sort of attacking midfield player, to, you know, if they after about an hour?
Yeah, you're looking for guys, Isaac Diaz, not afraid to really pull the spectacular, as he almost netted one from half field last game. Isaac Diaz is a guy that brings a little bit of spunk, a little spontaneity to the game. And I think, yeah, you look at that 62nd minute mark to kind of make that change, to inspire the rest of the team, to give them life. And guys like DJ Dean, a young, you know, local boy here that is really trying to kind of make a name for himself in this club. So these are 2 players that I think you go to pretty early.
It's been a really good first half. We hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. We hope you don't go away and you'll stay for the second. So we will see the second half in a few moments. Here's a few of the fans, and there's Fabian Serda, the Chilean goalkeeper here at the Tulsa Roughnecks. He's gone over 100 saves this season. He's on the bench tonight. He's smiling there with his kids. It's all fun here. They're kissing the badge. The Roughnecks hoping they can get back on at least level terms in this one. Sacramento Republic, they're desperate to go away with those 3 points to keep them high-flying in the USL and the push for those playoffs place. There's a beautiful shot of downtown Tulsa. We're back with the second half in just a few minutes from now with a halftime score. The Roughnecks 0, Sacramento Republic FC 1.
Sage Casino Hotel is your premier venue for total entertainment. Whether it's date night, game night, guys night, or ladies night out, it's always your night. Make it unforgettable at Osage Casino Hotel in Skytook and Ponca City.
Family pass downs are pretty dang good. It's a good feeling when they start getting responsible for things, and the vehicle's a big part of that.
I want to keep, stacking up the memories and the miles and the years and all the stories you can tell with Athena.
When it's time for your old Chevy truck to become their new Chevy truck, there's Truck Month. Get 18% of MSRP cash back on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT pickups when you finance with GM Financial. That's $9,000 on this Silverado. Plus, during Truck Month, make no monthly payments for 90 days.
Stuff. When you don't want it, what do you do with it? Go to TulsaRefuse.org. There, you'll learn what to do with stuff you don't know what to do with. Just give us a click. TulsaRefuse.org. It's what you do when you don't know what to do with stuff.
Two bulls were fighting. Bam, hit the truck.
I could feel the barbed wire was just digging into the paint.
Another ding, another scratch. It'll just be another chapter in the story.
Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest-lasting, full-size pickups on the road. Get 18% of MSRP cash back on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT pickups when you finance with GM Financial. That's $9,000 on this Silverado All-Star. Chevy drives Oklahoma. Find new roads.
Hope defines you. Your willingness to fight no matter what the odds. At Hillcrest, we believe every life is worth fighting.
Welcome back in here to One Oak Field. There's Chase Gentry, the goalkeeper for the Tulsa Roughnecks. The young man making only his 5th start. He's been beaten in the first half by an absolute pile driver from Elliot Horde, which separates the two sides. But Brady Ballou, the former Roughnecks player alongside me, no reason at all why the bottom place team, who've got, nothing really to play for apart from pride and contrast next season. We've said that before, but there's no reason why they can't get back in this game.
Yeah, there's really nothing to lose if you're a Roughnecks player. There's no pressure on you. You're expected at this point. There's nothing expected of you. Go out and play with a little bit of spunk. Be brave, get into the tackle. Try and create chances. Try and be creative. Show the coaches what you can do. And for Sacramento, treat it like a playoff kind of run. This is a game you really want to see out. You want a complete 90-minute performance, and with Sacramento's bench, we'll probably look to, as they have another game down the turnpike with OKC, I wouldn't be surprised if they dip into their bench in that 65th kind of minute range.
And they do go deep on their bench, don't they, Brady's got some great names on there that we've already mentioned, Luis Espino being one of them. We've got the goal, the equaliser back on April the 28th, but they do go deep on the bench.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Cole Seiler. Seiler played with Vancouver Whitecaps 2 in the past and with the first team as well. This is a guy that just knows the game well. He's very smart. He's very educated in how he approaches the game. So I look forward to seeing what Sacramento does in the second half.
So here we go again then in the second half. We will have a hydration break again as the temperature still remains above 90 degrees. So can the Roughnecks get back on level terms, or can Republic get a second goal and take home all 3 points tonight? Stay with us here. Thank you for your company here on ESPN Plus and also locally on Cox Your View, channel 1333. Court Furniture has played a key role in making the Roughnecks players feeling at home in Tulsa. Court Furniture, there when you need it and gone when you don't. Important phase this, Brady. Can the Roughnecks come out and settle themselves down as Ferreira tries to go the long way round Shannon Gomez there?
Yeah, we saw Mirkovic getting that early tackle, kind of setting the tone for the Roughnecks early in the second half. That's what you want to see from one of your leaders in the middle of the park, and he's certainly done that in the past for nobody else but Sacramento.
Here's Bijev up the middle there, cut out by Muniz. Here is Ferreira there, and the ball looking for Gamble is a little bit loose, and it is Mitchell Tainter who gets the ball back here to Josh Cohen. And underneath that one was Shannon Gomez. Gomez, who is playing left back tonight, born in Trinidad and Tobago. He's been called up 3 times, played in the MLS. With Rivas there. Rivas felt he was fouled, but Rivas has won the throw-in. Here's Ferreira who took it in the end. Rivas now. G, hurry ball forward. In steps Mitchell Tainter, and it goes all the way through to Chase Gentry. Here on the left is Vukovic. Can't get round to Elliott Horde, but he has won a throw-in. As the Roughnecks try to get back on level terms. Here's Rivas, just being driven wide. Rivas now back to Vukovic. Vukovic with 4 assists, wants 5, goes round 1, runs into Horde. And in the end, it's cleared away by Gomez. And this is a great run from Iwasa, but cut out well in the end by Muniz. Had to be right with the tackle. Covarrubias back to Claudio Muniz now as the Roughnecks build out of the back with Covarrubias again. Roughnecks in those orange and blue hoops, blue shorts and orange socks. And here's Vukovic up from left back. Good cross needed, too close to the goalkeeper, easy for Cohen. Good build-up, though.
Yeah, great build-up from the Roughnecks early on this second half, but Cohen already cheating off his line as Vukovic looks to swing in that left-footed ball, pretty easily handling for the goalkeeper.
Gomez just turns and plays it back here to Hayden Partain. Partain now, long ball over the top, and Bijev is offside. Instagram, the USL's official Instagram account has highlights, photography and interactive content with the league's players. Get it all at www.instagram.com/USL Soccer. As Paris G runs into a bit of an issue there. Ball stabbed back here to Chase Gentry.
Looks like Munoz got away with one there with a little bit of a high boot. Referee electing not to call anything. I think the Sacramento Republic player's a little frustrated by the no call.
But they have stolen it back here. And then Vukovic steals it back. He was being held. And that was Elliott Horde. Some of the fans, we can hear them saying that should be a card for the pullback. Referee choosing to just have a word. No yellow cards for anybody. Keeps the game flowing. Here's the replay. Brought to us by Harsco and Tanksley Food Service. No card from the referee. Headed down by Isley. Iwasa again now. On the right. Feeds the ball back inside here to Partain. Partain to Nishaw. Nishaw to Iwasa. Iwasa, right-footed ball, hits Vukovic, gets back to the feet of Iwasa. Cut out well that time by Mirkovic. And the Roughnecks foil the danger, but back comes Shannon Gomez with the ball here to Jeremy Hall. Hall's given it away. Covarrubias nutmegs Hall. And now here's Mirkovic. Mirkovic to Eti Tavares. Tavares likes to be one-on-one with the defender. He's got Elliott Horde in front of him. Clemente waits as well inside the box. Here's Mirkovic to Rivas. Rivas will hit one! Just wide of the target. Good build-up, good layoff from Mirkovic. And that was not too far away, Brady Ballou.
Yeah, it felt like that ball from Mirkovic just slowly rolling into Rivas. I don't think either of us could have wanted the ball to get there quicker. Rivas does well to wrap his foot around this one and just try and curl it around Cohen. Doesn't miss by much, but Cohen doing well there to have it covered.
There's Joachim Rivas, leads the team with 23 shots on target. He's also the highest goal scorer with 10 goals. The man from El Salvador. Here's Cohen with a left-footed clearance. Ball headed back. Hall plays it forward. Iwasa onto his left foot. Tries to slip it through there to Nishaw, but didn't manage to find him. And now it's the Roughnecks trying to get forward, but that's cut out as well. Here's Hall running into a little bit of trouble with Gamble. Strong enough to hold off Gamble. And there's Cohen again, clearing the ball up into the night sky. Beautiful night here in downtown Tulsa. There's an offside.
There's not too many more players in this league besides Bijev and Iwasa that slide past defenders as consistently and smoothly as they do. I've always been really impressed with those two players and how they, go at the front foot of defenders and how they skip past them, especially Bijev. We've seen him in the first half, just kind of scoot past some guys, and it's really refreshing to watch those type of players take the field.
Here's Muniz playing it back here to Chase Gentry. Gentry will coolly play it wide to Vukovic. Vukovic first touch a little bit strong. In goes Hall. Vukovic goes down. Fair challenge, says the referee. Bijev spins and turns infield. and plays a ball that is woefully too long. Case & Associates is home for the Roughnecks players when they are not on the pitch. And you can look to Case for your apartment needs. You can find Case & Associates online at caseusa.com.
Here we'll see the replay. Vukovic just coming out on the wrong end of a strong challenge from the Sacramento captain. Nothing too malicious from Hall, but Vukovic definitely will be feeling that one later.
Vukovic, who appeared, as you can see on our caption, in 15 MLS matches in 2012. I want to say a special thank you to Soccer City in Tulsa, an official partner of the 2018 Tulsa Roughnecks. We're underway again. Here's Covarrubias. Back to Gentry. Gentry now clears right-footed towards the Tulsa left. One back by Sacramento Republic here. Chance, shot, goal. A wonderful goal. And it is Hayden Partain with a beautiful left-footed strike. A great goal, another shot from outside the box, and it gives the Republic a cushion now. It's Tulsa 0, Sacramento Republic FC 2.
Well, that's 2 up on the top shelf for Sacramento. Wonderful finish from Hayden Partain. Brother here in the stands tonight in Tulsa. What a great feeling. Getting a little bit of space on the top of the box. Tulsa ultimately punished for not closing down that space, but kudos to not only Horde, but also Partain in these instances of just finding that bit of space and then making the most of it. Great little combination here, and then just put your foot behind it, son, let it rip. Great finish.
What is it with One Oak that gives players their first goals of the season? 2 men have done it tonight. Elliot Horde in the first half, Hayden Partain, his first of the season. In the second, 2-0 to Sacramento Republic, and now the hill has just got a little bit steeper for the home side.
I don't know what that corner flag ever did to him, but after that malicious celebration, you know, Roughnecks will be looking to get even.
Here is Rivas. Now, here is Jesus Ferreira, who's been quite quiet, the man on loan from FC Dallas. Here's Gamble. Gamble onto his right foot. Chance here. Goes around another player. There's a 1-2. Ferreira's in the box, cleared away in the end by Shannon Gomez. It's going to be a long shot from Covarrubias, which is a good few yards over. Good build-up again from the home side, Brady, who need a goal fairly quickly now.
Yeah, Covarrubias sees Partain's shot and says, if you can go, I can go farther. And Partain still, you know, will get the better of him in that one. But once again, I like that from the Roughnecks. Not afraid to pull the trigger from range. You know, this is a chance, once again, to impress those coaches, to kind of impose yourself on the game. I think the Roughnecks will be keen to get Michael Gamble more involved. I think he's kind of been one of the Roughnecks playmakers over the last 5 or 6 games. We haven't seen too much of him tonight.
So, ball out and a throw-in. Tulsa Roughnecks are excited to partner with Titan Sports and Performance Center as the official training center for the Roughnecks. Check out their website for more information on what Titan has to offer. That's titansportscomplex.com. Here is Jesus Ferreira, still in his own half. Tries to play it back to Paris G. In steps Neeshaw. Throw into the Roughnecks. G forward. Gamble just lost control of where the ball was. Shannon Gomez will play it back to Josh Cohen, who we said has only been beaten 29 times this season. And this is his 29th game of the season. Here's Neeshaw now. Infield, pass 1, pass 2. Does he get tripped? No, says the referee. And Neeshaw now around 3 or 4 orange shirts. Still no foul. We go on. Here's Rivas. Rivas looks ahead of him. Didn't have anybody at all. Covarrubias will try to go left here and bring in Morton. Morton will play a first-time ball here to Vukovic. Vukovic now crossing the halfway line. Good run down the middle of the field. Away, though, by Mitchell Tainter. And the ball into no man's land. So the Roughnecks probing, but They're a hard nut to crack, aren't they, the Sacramento Republic FC outfit?
Very, very well disciplined side, and it looks like Tulsa is about to make a little substitution here, as we had kind of speculated. Isaac Diaz will be the guy to make his way in, and this is a guy that, you know, can inject life into a game. He pulled from about 50 yards out, almost chipping the San Antonio goalkeeper Cardoni last week, and yeah, this is a guy that I look to really breathe life into this game. I think 2-0 down at this point in the season can be really dejecting, and it can make or break you as a player, especially in these formative years. So this is a great opportunity for Diaz.
Yeah, loose ball there. Goes out. It's going to be a throw into Sacramento. But we are going to have a substitute from both sides. Coming in then, as you said, number 25 is Isaac Diaz, and he will make way for Rivas. Good substitution for you, Brady?
Yeah, Rivas has been quiet tonight, unfortunately. Who knows, it could have been traveling up to Maryland the last week, being with the El Salvador national team, and then a big game Wednesday night, getting the win against San Antonio. Just tired legs from Rivas, and he'll have to regroup for Saturday, but I wouldn't put too much behind that change.
And coming in is Mate Arsic, wearing 23, immediately on the scamper, the Republic away from Claudio Munez. Partain, the second goal scorer. Now here's Nishaw. Looks over his shoulder. Finds Shannon Gomez on the overlap. Gomez back to Nishaw. Those two linking up well down the Sacramento left. Nishaw now. Little ball here to Iwasa. Iwasa will try and go with Bijev. Wonderful play! And Iwasa has missed the target again. But what a back heel from Bijev, who could not have done any more, Brady Ballou, for his partner there.
I had just spoken about these two players and how cool, calm, and collected they are in tight spaces, one-on-one with defenders. Here we see them combine through the Roughnecks back line. A great little combination. Oh, just a cheeky little back heel from Bijev, and Iwasa will be so frustrated with his chances tonight. He's a guy of, you know, such great quality. Man, and Bijev's going to be, you know, maybe having a conversation with him after the game, like, hey, man, come on, help me out here.
Wonderful back heel there. Couldn't have asked for any more. And Iwasa's gone close on 3 occasions tonight. Early header. Went wide. Then he had a shot that he hit well, but just went over. And that one there, he just pulled wide of the Chase Gentry's right-hand post. Here's Nishaw as Sacramento really knocking on the Tulsa door again. They want a third to match up with their 3-0 victory in their last game at home to Seattle Sounders 2. They probe again down the right. Good ball into the box. Good header away, though, from the captain of the Roughnecks, Muniz. Here's Covarrubias. Vukovic will have to go back to Morton. Morton just chips the left-footed ball out here, looking for Tavares. Diaz gets his first touch to Tavares. Tavares now was pulled back there by Hall. Not spotted by the referee. Horde takes up the story for Sacramento Republic. Thanks for your company here on ESPN Plus and Cox Your View locally here in Tulsa. 2-0 the score to Sacramento Republic. And that's a long ball from Mitchell Tainter into no man's land. And Brady Ballou, where do the Roughnecks go from here with a half an hour left in this game?
You have to find a reason to continue to play, whether it's for next season, whether it's for right now, whether it's for your teammates, whether it's for your coach. Find something to get you to dig a little bit deeper, to create something, to inspire the fans, to give back to your community. Whatever it is, find a reason to go on.
Now here they are then with, on a trip, and that must be a penalty. It is a penalty, and there is a lifeline, as I asked Brady Ballou how they get back in the game. Well, Vukovic did it from the spot on Saturday, and he's immediately been thrown the ball, and that was Michael Gamble being tripped, and there's not one complaint from a Sacramento Republic player as Clemente, the offender there. Right decision, and Brady Ballou for the second time in as many games. Vukovic, as we see the replay.
Yeah, Gamble shaking and baking his way through the Sacramento back line, and then Clemente just sticking that foot out. It's a risky challenge. We saw a few of those challenges in the first half, and now we have Vukovic for his second in as many games a chance.
Vukovic then from 12 yards, he'll hit this left-footed against Josh Cohen. Up steps Vukovic. and scores easily. He didn't hit it very hard. He didn't have to. He rather passes it into the goal, and the Roughnecks have a lifeline back into this one. Vukovic is second of the season in as many games. It is Tulsa Roughnecks 1, the Sacramento Republic 2.
Yeah, after Vukovic electing to go across his body last game, punishing it into the side netting, he's just calmly and coolly passes it into the side netting once again. Wrong footing Josh Cohen here. And it's almost in his run-up. You know, you think he's going to go for all this power. He's leaning back quite a bit, and then he just a nice, calm, delicate finish into that side netting there.
Well, he went to the goalkeeper's left in the same end here at ONE Oak on Saturday. He goes to the keeper's right and slides it in. Both left-footed. And the Roughnecks have made another change, which we'll tell you about in due course. Covarrubias, the man to have gone off. And the man who's come into the fray is Brandon Savania, another Dallas loanee. As the Roughnecks now want to get back on level terms as the orange smoke comes out from the roustabout fans, who are pleased to have seen Vukovic from the penalty spot get the Roughnecks back into the game. And now Brady Ballou, a real chance for Ensign and his men here, the bottom side.
A real opportunity to dig deep and, you know, kind of even the score. Covarrubias doing well, I thought, holding down the midfield, you know, playing kind of that safer role where we'll see Brandon Cervania, a highly touted FC Dallas product, come in and look to impact this game. Now, Cervania's been linked with some bigger clubs around the world, and this is a young kid that's confident. This is a kid that isn't afraid to play, a guy that's a leader on the bench, and from what it sounds like, this is a more quiet guy, and he leads by example. I'm looking forward to watching him get into the game these next 20 minutes.
Kevin Alleman's come into the fray, and the Englishman Wilson Nishaw has made way for him. So two substitutions from both Elliott and Ensign as they make changes in this one, with the game delicately poised. Coming up to the 65-minute mark, 2-1 to Sacramento Republic, who just repeat on 3 attempts of 3 wins here at ONE Oak. Here is Paris G now coming forward. Ahead of him is Jesus Ferreira. Loose ball given away to Jeremy Hall. You don't want to do that. And the Roughnecks tidy up with Mirkovic, as he so often does. Vukovic, the goal scorer, to Cervania. Cervania to Tavares. Tavares now just bringing in Cervania again. Good play from Tavares. Here's Vukovic chipping the ball into the box. Some kind of a clearance from Mitchell Tainter at the heart of the Republic defence. Diaz goes in for a header with Partain. Partain wins that one. And that's an overhit ball. And that will be a throw into the Roughnecks, who have just got a little bit of a grip on this game.
Yeah, I think it has a little bit to do with that last substitution. Roughnecks going from that, flipping that triangle in the middle of the field before electing to go with 2 defensive mids and 1 attacking mid. Now they've just have Mirkovic anchoring right in front of that back line. And then you'll see Cervania and Isaac Diaz really look to, you know, kind of get in between those lanes of the center backs and outside backs of Sacramento.
Alleman, who comes into the fray, joined the Republic this season from Costa Rican side Deportivo Saprissa. Was there a foul? Play on, says the referee, and then he'll take the second foul. And now the referee wants to speak to a Roughnecks player. Does he? No, he's been very good, the referee. I think he's let this game flow. No cards, and the sporting gesture there, they pick each other up, and I think both teams realise the referee's letting them play, Brady.
Yeah, normally that's not quite the case. It seems like we're always frustrated with the referee, but this one he's kind of stayed out of it. He hasn't made the game about him, and kudos to all the referees and the officials tonight. They've done a wonderful job.
Haven Alleman is the free kick taker here. No one else around him. Chips it left-footed into the box. Bijev has headed it, but there is an offside. Tulsa Bone and Joint is new official orthopedic provider of the Tulsa Roughnecks. Tulsa Bone and Joint helping to keep the Roughnecks on the field.
What you can't see in the picture right now is Josh Cohen barking orders at his back line. I love that from a goalkeeper. Even when the ball's, you know, 80, 90 yards away from him. He's still collecting his back line. He's still getting them organized. That's just quality from Cohen in the back.
Gamble heading the ball on there. Rather hit Eti Tavares in the face. Coach Hensey in there in the shot there. Barking out the orders. His side having to come from behind. They were 2-0 down. They've got it back to 2-1 with a Vukovic penalty just a few minutes ago. Here's Mirkovic back to Vukovic. Slovenia just loses control of the ball there. Bijev comes away with the ball. Plays a neat little ball the outside of his foot. Good run, good ball into the box. Must be 3, and is 3. And finally, Cameron Iwasa gets a goal here at One Oak. In fact, it's 3 attempts. He gets it with his 4th, and the Republic have a little bit of space between the two sides now. It's Tulsa Roughnecks 1, Sacramento Republic FC 3.
Yeah, Sacramento doing very well to dissect the Tulsa midfield. Ultimately coming down to a foot race on that far side, and just a cute little ball across right to that penalty spot where Iwasa, he's not going to miss from there, especially with the 2 chances he's had before. He's had a little bit of a warm-up. So Sacramento creating a little bit of space. We'll see in the replay here. A little bit of a foot race, and then, yeah, just a calm, cool, collected cross and a great finish. Not much Chase Gentry can do in the Tulsa goal.
Cameron Iwasa's 14th goal, the man who was born in Sacramento. And that is an offside against Eti Tavares. From the pitch, get an inside look at life on and off the field from a player's perspective every Wednesday evening in the latest edition of From the Pitch on USL.com. Free kick, which Josh Cohen will take. And just when you thought the Roughnecks were back in it, Sacramento Republic get a very well-worked 3rd goal, and Iwasa must have been thinking, was he going to get a goal here, having had 3 good chances? With his 4th chance of the night, he scores, but it really was the service, wasn't it, that he got that made the goal?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, for me, Sacramento putting together a really complete performance over these 70 minutes, both shampoo and conditioner, all in one.
Here's G, looking for Ferreira. Headed back by Mirkovic. Will it be brought down here by Slovenia? Yes, it will. Slovenia trying to link up with the other Dallas Loney. Slovenia's made a difference here coming on. Here's G to Mirkovic. Mirkovic forward to Diaz. Diaz immediately under pressure from Jeremy Hall. Here's Vukovic. Easily cut out, though, by Mitchell Tainter. We're going to have a hydration break any moment now. As the ball is thrown back here to Chase Gentry. He's been beaten 3 times tonight. The first one he couldn't have done anything about, and probably you'd say the other 2 were pretty difficult for him to do anything about as well. Here's Tavares, who's arguably the quickest Roughneck player. Can't wrap his foot around that one, and that will go out for a goal kick.
Unfortunate there for Tavares. Does all the right things leading up to that final cross and can't wrap his foot around it. But I like the hustle from him. These are those moments, the last 20 minutes, digging a little bit deeper, chasing down loose ends. It's good from Tavares, you know, to lead in that by example.
So here's Cohen then with the goal kick. On a beautiful night here in downtown Tulsa, especially if you're a Sacramento Republic FC fan.
I can't imagine there's too many of those in the stands tonight. It's a long way from home for them.
It's a great effort on a Wednesday night if they are, isn't it? Here's Cohen, ever present in the Sacramento goal this season. Clears left-footed. Headed on by Bijev and an offside, says the assistant on the far side. The Roughnecks are back at One Oak on Saturday when they'll entertain Swope Park Rangers. Geographically, Swope Park, one of the nearer teams, a mere 4 hours north of Tulsa.
Yeah, it's not the most beautiful of drives. I've been on quite a few bus rides up to Kansas City, and you know, it's bleak.
But they come to One Oak on Saturday. The Roughnecks have 3 more home games after this one. Tavares going the long way round. Good defending, though, by Elliot Horde. Just held off Tavares. That's what you want from your defender.
Yeah, Horde does well there. As an outside back, you're facing wingers all season long that they're, designed for speed. They're looking to get past you. They have one thing in mind, that's get to goal or to get end line. And Horde has done well all season at that. This is a guy that's been extremely sound in his defending over the course of 2 years with Sacramento.
Alaman gets a little bit lucky there as he flicked it on, but that wasn't bad. Goes around Mirkovic there. Still with a chance here. Here's Bijev for 4. Across the box, nobody on the end of that one, and that will go out for a throw-in. And a good build-up, but Bijev kind of, I guess, in between a shot or a cross, Brady.
Yeah, it's one of those things you're not really sure, and, if it goes in, he's definitely saying to the people asking, I was shooting. But in this case, probably looking for a cross, and goes out for a throw-in, and the Roughnecks will have to build from the back.
And there is Paris G, who scored that goal against San Antonio in the playoff game. The Roughnecks lost last season 2-1.
Paris G has been so solid for the Roughnecks over the last 2 years. It's a guy that's really kind of grown into that position of right back. He's made it his own and made it an easy decision for the coaching staff.
Clementa to Tainter. Tainter across to the left-hand side to Gomez. That will be a Roughnecks ball. Gomez said he thought it came off Ferreira. Mirkovic trying to set Eti Tavares away, but Horde stepped in. Now the Roughnecks have a chance. 2-on-2. Diaz. Tavares. Tavares here to Gamble. Slightly overhit. Gamble, though, retrieves the ball. Vukovic chips the ball into the box. Hall gets a header on it. Ferreira couldn't bring it down with his first touch. Here's G. Cut out by Partain and Bijev. Two number 7s clash in there, and it's the orange number 7 who comes out with the ball. Eti Tavares. As the Roughnecks try to come from 3-1 down here with 15 minutes to go. We're going to have the hydration break on 75 minutes. Alaman brings in Bijev. Down the right now. Up against Vukovic. Goes past him easily. Crosses the ball low into the box. Good turn here from Iwasa for 4. And he's blasted it wide. Cameron Iwasa, you can see how dangerous this man is when he gets a sniff at goal. But that one just wide of the target, Brady Ballou.
Yeah, Bijev does so well once again, skipping past, gliding past defenders over and over again. He's relentless in his pursuit of, providing assists. And Iwasa will be so frustrated with his opportunity here. We'll catch the replay in just a minute. Maybe we'll catch a water break first. Water's more important at this stage, I think, for these players. It's a warm night.
Iwasa could have had a hat-trick tonight, let's face it. He has got one. He got the third one. Let's have a look at the first 2 goals of this half.
Yeah, we'll see the build-up here and slips the ball in behind. Nice little combination. And then Partain just putting his foot behind it. It doesn't get much more classy than that. I'm sure he'll be in Elliot Horde's ear after the game saying, who do you think was better? And for me, it's a close call, but Partain absolutely ropes it into the top corner.
And here he comes and says, I'll celebrate with you, corner flag. Here's Gamble being tripped. Clementa might be saying, why on earth did I do that? Clear penalty, and Vukovic does the rest.
Yeah, calm, cool, collected into the side netting. Just glances it off the post and in. Cool as you like. Vukovic, second goal in as many games from the penalty spot. 2 goals on the season. Roughnecks back in it at this point at 2-1. And then just a few minutes ago, Cameron Iwasa finally getting his vengeance and putting the ball in the back of the net to make it 3. Give Sacramento a bit more room to breathe.
Off the Post. Stay up to date with all of the best from social media around the USL by watching Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the USL's social media channels. Here's the third goal. And Cameron Iwasa says, OK, thank you very much. I will take that one. But it was all about the service from his teammate there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been about the service all game long. And here we have a good little view of DJ Dean coming into the game, the young kid. And he'll be looking to really get his stride going, maybe get himself a goal This is a young, exciting local boy here from Union High School. He's got a lot of talent, and I think Coach Insien has really brought him under his wing. And, you know, with how this season's gone, it's provided him with opportunities to get a lot of playing time.
DJ Dean comes in at the expense of Jesus Ferreira, who tried his heart out. Didn't have a lot of service, the young 17-year-old. Tough as well against the likes of Clementa and Tainter, the two big centre-backs at the heart of the Sacramento Republic FC outfit. DJ Dean, exciting player, as Brady has alluded to, local boy. Known well by the coach. Coach Insien is also a local coach. Ball goes back to Cohen. Cohen will clear from his 6-yard line. And it will be a throw-in for Vukovic. Flicked on by Gamble. Dean gets his first touch. Was he fouled from behind? No, says the referee. We play on. Alleman now. Hall takes over in the centre of the midfield. Partain to Gomez. And Tainter will go back to Cohen. Cohen brings in Clementa. Clementa, who gave away the little clip there on Gamble to give the Roughnecks a lifeline. It was 2-1. But Iwasa's 14th of the season has put a bit of daylight between the two teams. Here come the Roughnecks again. But again, we've seen a lot of breaking up of their attacks by the men in grey and white. That's an easy foul for the referee to give. Savania on Bijev.
Yeah, maybe a bit of frustration there from Slovenia. Down 3-1 the 80th minute. Not a whole lot of options going forward. And Sacramento really just kind of sucking the life out of this game. But at least Bijev getting to enjoy the moistness of that grass. Maybe cooling him off a little bit even more. 85 degrees tonight.
Sacramento, including tonight's game, have scored 39 in the season and conceded 30. Looking for their 8th win away from Papa Murphy Park, excuse me. The Roughnecks looking for their 4th win of the season. Their 3 wins have come here at One Oak. Mirkovic, a hurried ball forward, is headed back easily by Tainter. Alleman, left-footed clip ball is a good one. Iwasa's in there, out comes Gentry. Goes round Gentry, he's gone wide. What can Iwasa do? He pulls it back here, step over, goal. And the Republic have their 4th goal of the night. And it's a really well-worked goal. And it's a 2nd goal for Mr. Partain. 4-1 the score. And now you feel the points are going back to Sacramento Republic.
Iwasa doing all the hard work there. Just wonderful to elude the goalkeeper, Chase Gentry. But the real hero of this scenario is Yuri Maciasic. He, with the step over, I mean, unbelievable. How selfless to let the guy coming behind Hayden Partain have all the glory there when Yuri could have maybe had not the greatest angle, but knowing what Hayden Partain has behind him, just this little dummy is just world class. It's going to go unnoticed, and any stat that he gets, no one will be talking about this, but man, what a selfless play from number 23.
Josh Turnley is coming into the fray, and off goes Shannon Gomez. 4-1 the score. All smiles. There's Josh Turnley, who will play the last 10 or so minutes of this game with his team. Nice time to come on. 4-1 up. Well, Hayden Partain is like London buses. You wait forever and then 2 come along at once, isn't it? So 2 goals for him on the season. 3 of the 4 goals scored by men who haven't scored this season up until now. DJ Dean has not won the corner. He thought he had. Last touch, referee right there.
Good to know the London buses and the Tulsa buses operate on the same kind of schedule.
Josh Cohen will place the ball carefully here. It's only been beaten tonight by a penalty. And as Brady alluded to a few minutes ago in the commentary, a very professional performance by the Sacramento Republic FC, who are just sucking the life out of this one.
they'll definitely be frustrated that they gave up a soft foul inside their box. Clemento will put his hand up for that one in the locker room after the game. They can move forward knowing that they improved this game, that they saw a game out, and put a few in the back of the net while they were at it.
The YMCA is the official workout facility of the Tulsa Roughnecks. I think it's Bijev who's down there. Yes, it is, the number 20, the Bulgarian. He's had 6 yellow cards this season, the most on the team, although we haven't seen a yellow card tonight by a game that's been very well refereed by Mr. Vasquez. 4-1 the score, and the Roughnecks, you think, Brady, barring a miracle, will just have to pick themselves up for the visit of Swope Park on Saturday now.
Yeah, and Swope Park's not going to be an easy task either. Coach Incian will try and find the positives from this game at this point in the season. You can't really drag down on too many of the down parts because you need to build your team up. You need to instill them with confidence, and I think he's come in halfway through the season in a difficult situation, and he's refreshed this young team. He's provided them with confidence, and we're seeing a team with a little bit of life and a little bit of character.
Coach Incian's record is 1-3, lost 5 and drawn 4. That's before tonight. Ball Kids, the Green Country Chevy dealers, who do such a good job here at One Oak. Now, Republic want more. Ball back here for Bijev. He's picked himself up, and a good save from Gentry, although Bijev made it quite easy by hitting the ball straight at him.
Yeah, Bijev has so much quality. He'll be so disappointed with one. He has a great first touch cutting inside, and then almost too much time for him on that left foot of his, just striking it right down the middle and into the happy, grateful arms of Chase Gentry. I will say Wilson Nisha for Sacramento Republic, such an important player. I think, once again, one of those guys that's not going to show up in the stat book all too much, but just to provide that foundation for how Sacramento play, he is so important for them and will be so important going into this playoff run.
Talking of the last opponents for the Roughnecks and the next opponents for the Roughnecks, they're playing each other at Swope Park tonight. Latest score, Swope Park Rangers 1, San Antonio FC 0. That's an important game in and around the playoff places. 56 minutes gone in that one. 84 minutes gone here. And it's the Tulsa Roughnecks 1, Sacramento Republic FC 4. Thank you for your company here on ESPN Plus and Cox Your View locally. As Sacramento look to just keep the ball. Tulsa Bone and Joint is new. Is the new official orthopedic provider of the Tulsa Roughnecks. Tulsa Bone and Joint helping to keep the Roughnecks on the field. The referee has just got an issue to deal with. Now we're okay. We'll just see here, there was a slight late challenge there from Vukovic in the back of Iwasa. And Vukovic it was who gets the first yellow card of the game. And rightly so, that was slightly late in the back of Iwasa.
Yeah, late probably adds up to a bit of frustration as well. Not too much in it, but you know, from behind, late in the game, leave your foot up. Referee is gonna put you in the books.
Metro PCS corner kick then. Metro PCS wireless figured out. Corner for Sacramento Republic. Bijev in the corner there wins another Metro PCS corner. No, he doesn't. It's a goal kick. And Gentry will have to get on with this quickly now if the Roughnecks are going to produce a miracle and get something out of this. Well, Seattle did it to the Roughnecks, didn't they? The Roughnecks were 4-1 up. With respect to Seattle and the season they've had and where they are in the league, it would be a miracle if this happened to the Roughnecks, if they were able to get back to 4-4. But we've seen stranger things happen on the soccer field. Here's G. Sylvania infield here to Gamble. Gamble chips a good ball to the left, brings in Vukovic. Vukovic drives the ball into the box. Tainter will rise up there and beat Sylvania to the ball. Hall will lay the ball off to Horde. Somehow the ball finds its way up to Cameron Iwasa. But it is Isaac Diaz now, just trying to feed a ball in. That's a good Clementa interception. And then he gives it away. Here's Vukovic. Diaz wants the ball, and he gets it from Gamble. Here's Diaz, outside of his right foot, over the top of Eti Tavares. Tavares will be beaten off by Alleman. Alleman again in the midfield. The busy substitutes combining there. Iwasa's big and strong. Now Bijev is onside, down the left-hand side. The Bulgarian now coming into the box. One step over, two step overs, wants to have a shot, lays it off. Will there be a fifth for the Republic? No. It's foiled by Vukovic, who's worked hard up and down the left flank. And no fifth at the moment, Brady, but they are producing lots of chances on goal as we look at the replay.
Yeah, 88th minute, we're still seeing Bijev go end to end, still driving at that Tulsa goal. He's relentless, and now we've got Cervania and company heading right the other way.
Yep, here's Gamble. Gamble now inside the box, round one, round two. Oh, this is a brilliant run. Oh, that would have been a brilliant goal from Gamble. He did everything right, but again, credit the goalkeeper who foils the danger. And we have a Metro PCS Wild figured out corner, but here's the run with Brady Ballou.
Well, you're going to get a great look at this, just kind of weaving his way through three players. We see Lionel Messi do the same quite a bit. Gamble doing maybe his best impersonation he could ever do of Lionel Messi, but hey, we'll take it. Well done to Michael Gamble creating this corner kick.
Here's the Metro PCS corner kick then. Diaz. Muniz heads it up there, but Cohen did extremely well with that save, Brady, as well.
Yeah, Cohen comes off his line. He's really brave there. He makes himself big. That's all you can ask for him in that situation, as defenders have let him down quite a bit, and he comes up big to axe a second goal.
All good sides are built, in my opinion, on having a really good goalkeeper. And the back four is pretty good. I know they've played with three in recent games, which is good when you may be at home and you're up against one striker. But here they went with four, but they've attacked at will all night.
Do you think De Gea is the best goalkeeper in the world at this point?
I think he certainly was. You put me on the spot there. He's a great, great goalkeeper, isn't he? I mean, I'm trying to think of somebody better, and I'm running out of ideas. I would say he's certainly up there, isn't he?
You could look at Courtois, you know, and what he's done at Chelsea, now being brought into Real Madrid. But Hugo Lloris is being shouted out from the rafters, and that's a tough one for me. He had a bit of a shocker going into the World Cup. Ultimately did well. You know, he's got himself a World Cup under his belt, but
yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? But certainly you'd say David De Gea is up there with the best. Well, put it this way, I'd have him in my team. 4-1, Josh Cohen. Sacramento Republic fans would have Josh Cohen in their goal any day of the week. 29th appearance today. There's Chase Gentry, the young man, start of his career. Will be pleased to get his hands on the football because, to be honest, he couldn't really have stopped any of the four goals, could he? I feel a bit sorry. He's been beaten by two pile drivers and then a couple of really well-worked goals.
Yeah, all four goals have come pretty quickly at him, and not much he can do on any of them.
Here's DJ Dean. 4 minutes to be added on at the end of this one. Dean trying to go around Elliot Horde, who started everything off in the first half with 20-plus yard shot. Here's Vukovic. Horde goes in, clears the danger.
Vukovic has been bright tonight. I think he's never quit on any of those plays. I think he's got caught up the field a little bit, but you need that from your outside backs. If you're trying to make an impact in the game at this stage of the season, you want your outside backs flying forward. And you know when he gets on his left foot, there's one thing on his mind: to put that ball in the box.
Ball headed away by a man we've hardly mentioned, Josh Turnley. He's come on at a really good time as a substitute when his team winning quite easily. Roughnecks still going to the end, as you'd expect them to do. Here's Gamble infield here to Diaz. Diaz now will bring in Vukovic, who had a big Serbian shout there. Good ball into the box is over Cohen, and Gamble has worked hard all night, as he always does, just can't keep that one in. And he'll have to pick himself up to play the remaining 2 or so minutes left at the end of this one. The Roughnecks will continue against Swope Park Rangers here at One Oak on Saturday. 7 p.m. kickoff. Sacramento Republic will be playing against Oklahoma City Energy, a team that's in and around the playoff places. Important game again for both teams. And of course, the Roughnecks can do a lot of teams a favour if they take points off Swope Park on Saturday. Turnley then on halfway. Alaman will play a loose ball there, and he's given it away to DJ Dean. 2-on-2 here. Dean could go himself here, make a name for himself. One step over, gets the ball just about from under his feet. Still with the ball, DJ Dean. Isaac Diaz. Slovenia spins it wide to the near side. Tavares now. Tavares, neat little ball in the box, but there's Jeremy Hall, the experienced MLS player, ex-MLS, of course, who brings in Bijev. Alaman. Stolen away by Mirkovic. Josh Morton will play this ball here to Tavares. A few seconds left in this one. The Republic will go away with their 4th win in as many attempts here in head-to-head history. As DJ Dean has to just chase this one down, keeps it in. Will lay it off to Gamble. Is there one last chance for the Roughnecks? Vukovic wins that one. Here's Diaz. G to Tavares. Tavares now infield. Runs into Partain, who of course is on a hat-trick. Won't get that chance, you don't think. Muniz has worked hard again with Iwasa. Iwasa now has just let the ball run over the line. And Josh Morton will lay the ball here to Vukovic. Is there one last attack from the home side here? Here's DJ Dean down the left-hand side. Now coming in field. Neat ball here to Gamble. Gamble on a scampering run. Chips the ball towards goal. That is over. And pretty much, Brady Ballou, I think we have to say good night to this one. And the Roughnecks will need to pick themselves up quickly for Saturday.
Yeah, Gamble frustrated after that attempt, after just over and over again trying to get shots on frame to try and create chances for Tulsa here. Just coming up short over and over again. But no one lacked energy. No one lacked, enthusiasm in this game. I thought Tulsa coming out, starting brightly. Possession was 50-50 at halftime, I believe. And Tulsa playing extremely purposeful. And Sacramento will head down the turnpike to Oklahoma City. Do it again on this weekend.
The referee brings the game to an end. And in the end, it will look on paper as a very comprehensive performance by Sacramento Republic FC. And probably, you would say, on paper it is. And probably on the night, especially in the second half, I think Sacramento took over, didn't they?
Yeah, you could almost say it was a tale of two halves, with Tulsa really kind of showing its stuff in that first half, playing a well-rounded game, and certainly having a game plan, sticking to it. There you see Hayden Partain catching up with some of the people he spent time here with in Tulsa. His brother waiting in the stands for him, and Brandon Cervania, get a good look at him, the young FC Dallas product. He's been great this season. Kobe Dale Smith, the trainer, and yeah, the Roughnecks will look to bounce back against Swope Park this Saturday.
Lots of hugs. There's Iwasa and Tavares. Iwasa, who must have thought, top goal scorer, I'm not going to get one at One Oak, but in the end he did, and he played extremely well. Vukovic, who got the only goal in the 62nd minute, as you can see on our caption there, for the Roughnecks from the penalty spot, following up his penalty success against San Antonio last Saturday. The Roughnecks will need to pick themselves up quickly to try and win their 4th game of the season. Just 3 wins all season here at One Oak, but there is the score. Tulsa Roughnecks 1, Sacramento Republic 4. One of the better sides that you've seen here at One Oak this season, Sacramento Republic, Brady Ballou?
Top to bottom, has always been one of the best clubs in the USL, and I think they do that from everyone back in their offices to the product they put out on the field. A total package of a club. Put together a complete performance tonight, and yeah, they'll look to really peak as they head into the playoffs in just a few weeks.
Let's roll the highlights, the full game highlights, and we see the first one is going to be in the first half, a corner kick.
Yeah.
And it's a good chance for Vukovic.
Yeah, Vukovic does well to rise over 2 defenders here, and then Cohen absolutely standing on his head, pushing that one out wide. Elliot Hoard doing well to get it out of his box. But kudos to Cohen, doing everything he can to keep the scoreline close.
And then we saw what we call a schoolboy error, I'm afraid, from Covarrubias, who will regret this, because the referee saying play on. There was pushing and shoving both ways. He says play on, clearly there, no fault the referee. Covarrubias handles the ball, and eventually this led to a goal, Brady Ballou.
Yeah, lapse in judgment ends up punishing Tulsa. Tulsa also having the opportunity with Paris G, unfortunate on the header here, and then you'll see, Nice swung ball and a poor clearance from Eti Tavares, but take nothing away from that finish from Elliott Horde. That's as good as a goal you'll ever see. It's as good as a goal that Elliott Horde will probably ever have. It doesn't get much sweeter than that for him.
Brilliant camera work from our wonderful crew here as well. Into the second half as Elliott Horde's goal separate the two sides. His first of the season, we should say. And we go into the second half, and the Roughnecks, well, they had to get back on level terms, so they were really trying here with an effort from Rivas just curling it wide, Brady.
Yeah, wraps his foot around it well, but just not enough to get past Cohen. Gentry starting this build-up here out wide and comes right back down the throat of Tulsa. A good combination here from Iwasa into Partain, and Partain does the rest. Putting it on that top shelf, that's the best kind of stuff up there, I hear.
2-1 the score then as Partain took it out on the corner flag there. But then the Roughnecks were thrown a lifeline as it was Clemente there who clipped the feet of Mr. Gamble, and Vukovic does the rest.
Yeah, Vukovic, quick run up to the ball, and then as cool as you like into the side netting. His second in as many games, seeing him really take that into stride. And then once again, here we see a foot race, a ball provided in from Bijev, calm, cool, and collected, slotted in from Iwasa for his first of the game. Should have had probably 3 or 4, Dave, but he'll be happy taking that one, you know, at least getting one under his belt.
And then we mentioned that Partain had scored his first of the season. Well, he gets a second one. Iwasa does all the hard work here, round Gentry here, and he will bring in Partain after the step over.
Yeah, but it's all about Yuri Madjasic right here with the step over. How selfless of him to leave that ball. It won't show up on the stats. Hayden, Partain, buy that man a beer. You owe him.
There's Joaquim Rivas, who was substituted. He is still the top goal scorer for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Brady Blue, my thanks to you for your work tonight. There's Vukovic, who scored the only goal for the Roughnecks tonight from the penalty spot. The Roughnecks need to pick themselves up quickly and have a quick turnaround for Saturday. Back here, Brady and I will be here with Jeremy Poplin, and we're bringing the commentary for the Swope Park Rangers game as Sacramento will head down the turnpike to OKC. Thank you to all of you for tuning in locally on Cocksure View and all of you nationally on ESPN+. We thank you for your company tonight as we say goodnight from downtown Tulsa, and say thank you to our producer and all of our technical staff here. Thank you so much to them. This is Dave Saunders and Brady Ballou giving you the final score for the final time. It's the Tulsa Roughnecks 1, Sacramento Republic FC 4.
For 100 years, Tulsa has trusted Hillcrest Medical Center. Decades of innovation, inspiration, and passion have positioned Hillcrest as a premier hospital in Tulsa. It takes more than just medicine to save a life. It takes courage, patience, and determination. Thank you for a century of trust and the privilege to serve you. Hillcrest Medical Center, serving Oklahoma for 100 years.
PSO Power Hours customers talk about their new thermostat.
The fact that you get a free thermostat, it's quite a perk.
Makes your house a smart home because of the Wi-Fi thermostat.
I can get the app on my phone and I can adjust the thermostat as I need it.
Just pull out the phone, you can turn it to what you want it to, and whenever you walk in, the house is nice and cozy.
Right,
and,
exactly.
I mean, I love that feature.
See your program options and sign up today at psoklahoma.com/power hours.
Osage Casino Hotel is your premier venue for total entertainment. Whether it's date night, game night, guys night, or ladies night out, it's always your night. Make it unforgettable at Osage Casino Hotel in Skytook and Ponca City.
Stuff. When you don't want it, what do you do with it? Go to TulsaRefuse.org. There, you'll learn what to do with stuff you don't know what to do with. Just give us a click. TulsaRefuse.org. It's what you do when you don't know what to do with stuff.
Family pass downs are pretty dang good. It's a good feeling when they start getting responsible for things, and the vehicle's a big part of that.
I want to keep, stacking up the memories and the miles and the years and all the stories you can tell with things.
When it's time for your old Chevy truck to become their new Chevy truck, there's Truck Month. Get 18% of MSRP cash back on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT pickups when you finance with GM Financial. That's $9,000 on this Silverado. Plus, during Truck Month, make no monthly payments for 90 days.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.